What's going on, guys? Testing here. Welcome to Sea of Thieves. Today I'm talking about why this game sucks. No, seriously though, today I'm talking about why I think that this game is bad and it was a huge disappointment for me. I was so excited to get this game, but when I got it and I played it for a while, I actually was disappointed in a lot of things. So yeah, today I'm talking about why this game sucks or why this game is bad from my personal opinion. Now keep in mind this is based on my personal opinion. You might like this game for other reasons. It's fine, that's your opinion. But I'm just talking about why I think it sucks from my opinion and my point of view. So yeah, that's about it. But anyways, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into talking about why this game sucks and was a huge disappointment. So yeah, let's get right to it. So when I got this game the first time, I was actually impressed by the phenomenal views. You know, the sea is amazing, the waves are amazing, the environment and the atmosphere are absolutely one of the best I've ever seen in a sailing game ever. It's easy to say that the sea and waves in this game are the best sea waves I've ever seen in any video game ever. Like seriously, the waves are absolutely amazing. I also like the adventuring and going and exploring islands and all that stuff. I enjoyed all that, you know. So the looks are amazing, that's fine. Also the adventuring is kind of cool, but I'm highly disappointed at a lot of things. So these are the things that I'm disappointed at. First of all, the game barely has any content at all. Like literally, if you play this game for 4 hours, you'll pretty much experience everything this game has to offer, which is a huge disappointment considering that this game is $60. A $60 game with not much to offer, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you're just a pirate that's trying to fetch a bunch of quests. The quests are literally things like go there, kill this, and then take that from him and bring it over here, or go there, find this, and bring it over there, you know? The kind of quest that you will get in a free MMORPG that you just downloaded and about to uninstall in like 15 minutes. Most of the quests will be something like go and find a treasure at a certain island, or go fight a bunch of skeletons and then take a weird ass skull from them and go and deliver it somewhere, or maybe go and get a chicken and deliver it to a house for some reason. I don't know what it is. And even when you progress a little bit further in the game and get new contracts that are supposedly giving you harder missions, guess what? They are the same exact thing, but just more units. Like fighting more skeletons or finding more chests, or instead of delivering a chicken, maybe deliver a pig. And that's pretty much it about the quests in this game. They are tedious, they are boring, they are so goddamn repetitive. Now, to be fair, the game gives you a bit of freedom. You can become a pirate, you can become a merchant, you can own an island, you can make your own fleet. You know, the game doesn't really hold your hand. It's a sort of game that actually leaves you to your decisions. Kind of the same concept of Minecraft, you know, there is no story, there are no missions or whatsoever. The world is out there, just go and do your own shit, which is fine, alright? I don't really mind these kind of games. But if you're going to give me a game with no story and no content whatsoever and it's all about discovery, then give me more things to discover. Because you see, I'm a pirate that is sailing over the sea world, so I kind of want to discover a lot of stuff. But seriously, this game doesn't really have much content, doesn't have much to discover. Like I told you before, it will take you only 4 hours to experience everything the game has to offer. Like seriously, when will sailing around the world from port to port trying to find new chests will get too repetitive? Another thing I want to talk about in this game is that the combat system is absolute shit, and I'm about to fight someone right now, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. But seriously, this game has one of the worst combat systems I've ever seen in any game of this generation, to say the least. I'm about to attack that ship right there, so let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna use all the combat ways in this fight, I think. The cannons and the swords and guns or whatever. So let me show you. As you can see, I'm about to fight him with the cannon first, so you need to manually load the cannonball. There we go. And after that, you need to manually unload it and then do it all over again. So literally, you will feel like that's it. Now, that's not all. I'm actually going to hit him right now, and then I'm gonna get into a fight with him with the guns and the swords. And let me just show you how ridiculous the combat system is. So as you can see, he just hit me with his boat. He's going to come to me from the other side, if I remember correctly. Hold on, he's gonna come from the other side. Yeah, I think he's gonna appear right now on the other side, so let's just wait for him to come. There we go. Here he is. Now let me just show you how ridiculous the combat and the fighting in this game is. Like, as you can see, it literally feels like a mobile game. Like, the fighting in this game literally feels like a ridiculous mobile game. What the hell was that? That was the battle. That was the fight between me and this guy. And cannonballs also are absolutely ridiculous. You get the cannonball from the barrel, you load them, and then you get them and fight with them and, you know, shoot the ship with them and then unload them. So literally after every fight in this game, you will be asking yourself one question. That's it? Even that sea monster, I don't remember his name, Kraken or something, but there is a sea monster that you will meet within the game. Even that sea monster, which is supposed to be one of the biggest boss fights in the game, it's still so ridiculous. Like, seriously, the fight with the sea monster is just so plain. Like, literally, the combat system in this game is horrible. The only thing I like about this game is the situations that you will fail. Like, for an example, right here, my ship sank all of a sudden, and I was just in the middle of the water. Yeah, I was lost in the middle of the sea. You could be lucky enough for another person to find you and save you, or he is not very good of a person, so he might try to kill you, whatever it is. So what's he gonna do? Is he gonna save me or attack me? Let's see what he's gonna do. There we go. He just went through right off me and then just ignored me and continued with his journey like nothing happened. So yeah, these little details can give you a bit of an adventure in this game, you know, meeting friendly people or not friendly people and sinking in the ship. You can also get into a storm you try to deal with, there are a lot of situations you need to deal with. Like, for an example, I'm being attacked by a shark right now, so yeah, that's one of the situations that's kind of cool. But you know, still the game lacks a lot of content. For an example, you are a pirate that is sailing all over the world in the seas all the time, and there is no fishing. There is no fishing in this game. How is that acceptable? Like, literally, the only kind of fish in the entire ocean is this freaking shark. That's it, and there is no regular fish that you can fish or something. To be completely fair, my opinion is kind of biased because I have not tried this game with friends. I only tried it by myself, so apparently, with friends, it might be a little bit of fun. But in my opinion, that's another disadvantage of this game. So, literally, for you to have fun in this game, you will need to have 3 other friends who bought the game, which is $60. It's obviously overpriced and they will not accept to pay that, but even if they did, so literally you need 3 other friends, all of you paid to $140 combined just so you would enjoy the game. That's kind of ridiculous considering that the game is really overpriced and you won't really have that much friends to accept buying the game. Also, the game doesn't really have long-term value. Like, I believe even if you have friends that you play with all the time, I'm pretty sure it will get boring real quick, because like I said, the game is extremely repetitive and does not have any long-term value. You know, you will actually be over this game within 1 or 2 days at maximum, even if you're playing with friends. And also, the game world is quite bare. So yeah, that basically sums it up. The game is actually kind of decent and phenomenal in terms of the environment and the looks. I like the graphic style, I absolutely love it. But the game is repetitive, has no replay value, and there is not much to discover in a game whose main point is discovery. Also, one huge problem with the game is there is literally no progression whatsoever. The more you play this game, the more you earn nothing. The only things you gain by playing this game is cosmetic stuff, but you don't really gain anything else. No items or anything that is useful to be received at all. So basically, the game that you played the very first day is kind of the same as you play in the 100th day. You will pretty much deal with the same exact kind of stuff. I understand their point in this part though. They don't want to give anyone a combat advantage based on how long they've been playing, and instead they want the battles between players to be completely fair, like the person who've been playing for 100 hours to be in the same level as the person who played an hour ago or something. And the only thing that differentiates between them is the skills. So obviously the person who've been playing for 100 hours will still win, but still they don't want to give an actual combat advantage for the person who's been playing for 100 hours, which is fine, but I actually still want to look up for something. Like, it's kind of frustrating to go outside and look for a treasure inside a map and you really won't get anything out of it. Just think about it for a second. When a pirate in real life finds a treasure, it completely changes his life and makes him one of the richest people ever. But when you find a treasure in this game, it literally does nothing at all with you. Like, isn't that frustrating? I just found a treasure right here, but I'm not excited about it at all. I know that I won't gain anything out of it except maybe a cosmetic stuff or something. But yeah, like I said, they get a pass for this because they don't want to give any combat advantage to anyone, but still they need to look for better rewards to give you. They only got a pass for this one though, but there's still no excuse for the shitty combat system. Also, it would be nice for him to eat something other than the bananas, because it's kind of annoying to keep eating bananas for the rest of eternity. Like, what, are you, a monkey? I would also like to point out that there are no enemies other than skeletons in this game. So yeah, just be creative a little bit about the enemies. No, not fighting skeletons all over the place. Give me something else to fight. So basically, in my opinion, this game will be much better if they fix the combat system. They give you a bit of rewards for finding treasure and progressing throughout the game. I also would suggest them to add a bit more creative quests than simply the 3 quests that you keep doing over and over again and again. It is actually frustrating for a $60 game to only have 3 quests to be done over and over again. It's kind of embarrassing, really. Also, another thing I would like to point out is that the voice acting in this game is the worst. I'm pretty sure the people who voice act in this game are not really voice actors, they're just some of the engineers who worked in the game that were like, hey, come here and say that sentence for me. Like seriously, when I want to talk to a merchant in an island or something, I want to feel like I'm talking to a merchant, not talking to some guy from a studio. So basically this game is the new No Man's Sky, you know, another game that you were so excited about, that you wanted to see so badly, but when it came out, it's not exactly what you were promised. I still love this game somehow. I still enjoy sailing and all the problems that you face while sailing, the storms you run into and another player that's trying to knock you down, and when the ship is sinking and you're trying to deal with the situation in a lot of ways, like throwing out water or placing wood. I enjoy all these, alright, but like I said, the lack of content is kind of annoying, and all the other reasons I stated before are why this game is so disappointing to me, but I kind of still enjoy it. I might still play it, but not as excited as I used to before I got the game. But yeah, that's why I believe that Sea of Thieves is not as good as I expected, and yeah, that's all. That's what I see, guys. Later. Bye.